Most people sit at their desk 8 hours a day working or studying, but if you're honest, only 2 to 3 hours of those are actually productive. And the rest disappears into notifications, messages, distractions, and constant task switching. So most people assume that the problem is time, but it's really not. The real problem is focus. I know this because I used to work exactly like this. Now, I work full-time job, build this channel, train 5 days a week, hit my nutrition goals, and still get 8 hours of sleep every night. Not by working more hours, but by protecting my focus. And in this video, I'll show you the 7 steps that I use to turn 8 hours of scattered work into 4 hours of real progress. So before we get into the systems, you need to understand the real problem. Most people don't work slowly, they work in fragments. You start a task, then a notification, then a message, and you check Instagram for a second, and suddenly 30 minutes or even an hour is just gone. But the real problem isn't just losing that time, it's what happens after the interruption. Research shows that it can take up to 20 to 30 minutes for your brain to fully refocus. And if that happens multiple times of the day, your brain is constantly restarting. And this is why most people feel busy all day and they end up thinking, what did I actually accomplish today? But top 1% performers don't necessarily work more hours, they simply protect their attention. It starts with something that's surprisingly simple: how you start your day. 1. Clear and specific goals. Most people start their day with long to-do lists, but most to-do lists are useless. They look like this: work on project, reply to emails, be productive, go to gym, eat well, sleep good, and more. That's not clarity. That's confusion. And let me tell you, your brain hates confusion. Your brain works very differently when it knows what winning today looks like. So every morning I ask myself one question: what are the 3 things that actually move my life forward? Not 10, just 3. For example, instead of writing work on YouTube, go to gym, or eat well, I write this: write the structure of the video, train arms at the gym, hit 80 grams of protein. Now my brain knows exactly what to do. Clarity removes resistance, and resistance is what wastes most of your time. But knowing what to do isn't enough. You also need to control when that happens, and that's step 2. Second, the 3 work modes. Now, here's where most people accidentally destroy their focus. They mix completely different types of work together: deep thinking, quick tasks, and admin work. Your brain struggles when it constantly switches between these modes. So I divide my work into 3 simple categories. First, deep work. Tasks that require intense focus, like writing, thinking, problem solving, or creating something very important. And this is best done when your energy is highest. For me, this is exactly when I write, record, or research. Second, execution work. Tasks that move forward but doesn't require deep thinking. For example, replying to emails, sending updates, quick tasks, and coordinating with people. Third, maintenance work. Tasks that keep your life or work organized. It can be planning, scheduling, organizing your files, or just reviewing your day. Once you separate work like this, your brain stops constantly switching the gears and focus becomes much easier. So try this. Take your current to-do list and place each task into one of these categories. And now, the next step is about controlling when that work happens. 3. Time blocking. Once you know what work matters, you need to give it a time container. This is called time blocking. Most people say, I'll do this today, but that's too vague. Instead, assign the task a specific time. For example, 9 to 11 deep work, and 11 to 11:30 emails, and 12 to 1:30 deep work again. And later in the day, smaller tasks. Now each task has a specific place in your day. This works because of something called Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time that is available. If you give a task 3 hours, it will take 3 hours. But if you give one focused hour, your brain increases the intensity. Tasks that used to take a day suddenly takes less time. But even with time blocking, there's still one big problem left: distractions. Fourth, remove distractions. This step alone doubles my productivity. Whenever I start a work session, I remove every possible distraction. Phone on silent, notifications off, extra tabs closed, and no social media. And the first time I tried this while writing the script, I felt very uncomfortable. My brain kept wanting to check something, get distracted, or just stop working. But after about 15 minutes, something interesting happened. I entered momentum like flow state, and that single hour became one of the most productive sessions that I've had all week. Because distractions doesn't just waste time, they break your momentum. But once your distractions are all gone, there's a simple trick that makes your focus even stronger. 5. Use a focus timer. Here's a simple trick that made my focus much sharper. I set a 60-minute timer and commit to just working on one task. No checking messages, no switching tabs, just work. The first time I tried this, I thought an hour would feel long. But when the timer ended, I'd finished the work that usually takes about 2 hours. You have probably experienced this before as well. Think about the night before an exam. Somehow you finished the entire subject in just few hours. That's urgency forcing your brain into focus mode. So try this for your next work session. Set a timer of 16 minutes and completely focus on just one task. But now, focus alone isn't just enough. But the real productivity shift happens when you start questioning your tasks. 6th, eliminate, automate, and delegate. Another major productivity shift in my life is realizing that not every task deserves your time. Most people treat every item on their to-do list as something that they have to personally do it. But that's not always true. So I started asking myself 3 important questions. First, can I eliminate this? Because some tasks don't really matter. Second, can I automate this? Templates, tools, or systems that can handle repetitive work. Third, can I delegate this? If someone else can do it 80% as well as you, let them. Earlier, I used to feel like I have to do everything all by myself from start to finish. But now, I use tools to automate part of my work and delegate things like editing. When you start thinking this way, you stop doing everything by yourself. And that frees up your time for the work that actually needs your attention. 7. Review your day. The final system that takes only about 5 minutes, but it compounds everything. At the end of the day, I ask myself 3 important questions. What did I actually accomplish today? What could I have done better? What should I adjust tomorrow? These questions create a feedback loop. Each day, your system improves slightly, and over time, your productivity becomes much natural. Tonight, spend 5 minutes answering these 3 questions before ending your day. Most people think that productivity is managing your time, but it's not. It's managing your attention, because the people who move ahead aren't the ones who work more hours. They are the ones who protect their focus the best. So start with this one rule. Protect your attention like it's the most valuable asset, because in today's world, attention is the real currency. And before you go, tell me in the comments of what distracts you the most during the day. And if you want to go deeper, watch this video on how deep work can make you 10x more productive.